Hi guys, thank you for coming to practice with me today. I've created a flow just to bring some gentle awareness and some stretching to the pelvic floor area. Pelvic floor pain is very common and can come from so many different reasons. The pelvic floor can be too tight, can be too weak, or most often a combination of the both. This flow will help just bring awareness and do some gentle stretching through the pelvic floor area. I have with me today 2 yoga blocks and a pillow, and I'll show you how to use some of the different props and the different poses. None of this should cause you any pain, so if it does, just modify it or come out of the position. We're going to start in a seated posture with your sits bones kind of grounded down. You're going to sit up nice and tall and start to just bring some awareness to the breath and to the pelvic floor. You have on the base of your hips, you have your pubic bone in the front and the sacrum and coccyx in the back, and then your 2 sit bones. They create a triangle, and the bottom of that sits your pelvic floor. So as you inhale, I want you to think about that area between your sits bones kind of spreading and lengthening, breathing into your belly, and then as you exhale, a nice contraction, and you're lifting up through the pelvic floor to help press the air out of your lungs. You can keep your hands on your knees or on your belly, kind of soften your eyes. So you're going to inhale into the belly, kind of think of the pelvic floor spreading, and then exhale, pressing the air up, the gentle contraction through the pelvic floor. Inhale into the belly, spreading through the pelvic floor, and exhale, contracting through the pelvic floor to press that air up and out. These contractions and relaxations are subtle, so don't expect to feel too much. Maybe just a gentle awareness to that area, even more of an awareness to your breath. Inhale, relaxing through the pelvic floor, and exhale to contract. A couple more breaths like this on your own. And then gently letting your eyes open up. You're going to come onto your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders and knees under hip. Take some cat and cows. So we're going to inhale, and again thinking of spreading through the sits bones. And exhale, pulling up and in through the pelvic floor, rounding through the lower back. Inhale, spreading, lengthening. And exhale, pulling up and in. Coming back into a neutral spine, we're just going to kind of wag your hips like a tail back and forth. Think of kind of spreading through the pelvic floor. Move your shoulders a little bit. Starting to look out over your shoulders. And then coming back into neutral, just making circles with your belly button if there was like a light or a pen on the floor. And as you come back towards your heels, you should feel a stretch through the pelvic floor area, through like the saddle area. Again, nice, soft, slow, easy breaths. And the next time you come back into center, switching sides, going in the opposite direction. One more time like this. And then stopping at center for child's pose. Knees as far apart as comfortable. The wider your knees, the more of a stretch you'll get through the groin and through the back of the hips and pelvic floor. You can use a pillow behind your knees, one or two, or folded for more of a restorative child's pose. Just sinking your hips back, bringing your forehead to the ground. In this position, your pelvic floor is being stretched. As you inhale, think about allowing for that stretch and lengthening, and then exhale, pulling in to press the air out. Letting gravity bring your belly down as you inhale and expand through the pelvic floor, and exhale, contracting and pulling up to press the air out. Take 2 more nice belly breaths here. Just trying to gain awareness of your breathing through your body, the relationship between your breath and the pelvic floor. Then coming out of child's pose onto your hands and knees, move the pillow, and coming onto your back. For a happy baby, do one side at a time, so bringing the right knee up towards your armpit, grasping behind the thigh, behind the calf, or even at the outside of the foot, whatever feels good. You can feel a stretch through here, these muscles attached to the pelvic floor. The pubic bone, press this leg straight down. Again, focusing on your breath. Staying active in that left foot. Take that right leg across the body for a stretch to the outside of the back hip. Keeping the right hand long, the gaze can follow towards the right fingers. Nice deep breath into the belly. Inhale to relax. And exhale to contract. Then coming back into center. Sending the right leg straight, taking half the happy baby on the left side. Again, grasping whatever feels good behind the thigh, the shin, or the outside of the foot. Do the same as on the other side or different, whatever feels good for your body. Again, right leg pressing down and long, nice, easy breaths. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, bring the right knee to the opposite shoulder. Left arm reaches out, keys falls over your left fingers. Bring knees back to center for restorative bridge pose. Taking your block, you're going to lift your hips up and place the block at a comfortable setting underneath your belt line. You can leave it here, you can put it here, whatever feels good on your back and on your body. This is a great position to relieve any tension or pain in the pelvic floor because it shifts gravity. During the day, all of your organs sit in through the pelvic floor. You have the weight bearing with the walking and standing, and this helps to kind of reverse that process. It can help those muscles to just relax. So arms at a comfortable spot. And thinking about your breathing, allowing your pelvic floor to relax a little bit more on the inhale, and soft, subtle contraction on the exhale. Lift your hips up and just remove the block. Keep the left knee bent. Just put your right ankle on top of the left knee. We're going to pull the right knee closer by grasping the back of the left thigh. If that feels too uncomfortable, you can just keep this foot on the floor. This allows for a stretch in the back of that right hip. And the hip muscles have attachments through the pelvic girdle, through the sacrum, the lower spine. You can use your right elbow to press the right knee away for a little bit more of a stretch if that feels good. Keeping your awareness on your breath. Taking very purposeful inhales. And exhale. Returning the left foot down to the ground, switching sides. So now left ankle comes on the right thigh, staying here if that feels comfortable, or grabbing for the back of that right thigh. Should feel a comfortable stretch through the outside of the left hip. Nice, easy, even, slow breaths. And bringing the right foot down to the floor, left foot to meet it, keeping the feet together and letting the knees fall apart. Stretch through the groin and the saddle area. If this feels too intense, just put a block on either setting underneath your knee, or you can fold a pillow in half. And then just resting your arms either by your side or on your belly. Trying to soften through the glute muscles, the back of your hips. Try not to clench. Allowing everything to relax. Taking 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, bring your knees together. Shifting your hips if you need to, and setting up for Shavasana. Legs coming straight out, arms falling open at your sides. Letting go of any tension in the shoulders, the jaw, behind the eyes. Letting yourself relax fully into the mat. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring the awareness back into the body. Taking a big inhale, reaching up overhead. Then exhale, letting it go. Rolling onto your side. Keeping your eyes softly closed. Taking a moment and a breath here. Making your way slowly up into a seated position with your eyes gently closed. Have an inhale and exhale. Thank you for coming to practice with me today. Namaste.